Have you ever wondered how old your body really is? Not your age on paper, your true biological age. Because here's the truth. Two people can both be 70, yet one feels light, flexible, and full of energy, while the other struggles to get out of bed, weighed down by stiffness and fatigue. What makes the difference? It's not just genetics, it's daily habits, what you eat, how you move, how you breathe, how you sleep, and it's measurable. Today you'll discover a simple science-backed test you can do at home to find out if your body is aging faster or slower than your birth certificate says. No fancy machines, no appointments, just you, your body, and a few quiet seconds. But this isn't just a test, it's a mirror. What you'll see reflects more than mobility. It reveals hidden weaknesses, silent risks, and untapped strength. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll show you exactly how to improve your score. Because the best part? Your biological age is not fixed. You can reverse it. You can rebuild strength, flexibility, balance, even clarity of mind without needing to feel old. Before we begin, take a second to reflect. How old do you feel today? Really feel? Keep that number in your mind. Then take this journey with me and discover what your body has been trying to tell you all along. Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of your living room. There's no music, no distractions, just you and a chair. You slowly sit down, cross-legged on the floor. Then, without using your hands, you try to stand back up. Simple, right? But behind this basic movement lies a powerful diagnostic tool used by health professionals and longevity researchers across the world. It's called the sit-to-stand test, and it can silently predict your risk of falling, your muscle strength, your flexibility, and even your chance of living a longer life. Here's how it works. The fewer support points you use, hands, knees, elbows, to get down and back up, the higher your mobility and muscular control. Researchers have found that this ability is directly linked to your biological age. If you can perform this test smoothly without assistance, your body might be functioning like someone 10 or even 20 years younger. But if you struggle or need help, it may be a wake-up call, one worth listening to. What's most interesting isn't just the score. It's what your body communicates through movement. Tight hips, shaky balance, sore knees, they all whisper stories about your health that your annual physical may never catch. And here's the secret. This is not a pass or fail test. It's a snapshot, a beginning. It gives you a clear starting point to reclaim strength and mobility, no matter where you are right now. So how did your body respond to the challenge? If it surprised you, good. That's where growth begins. And what comes next is even more revealing, because now we'll break down what your results actually mean and how to interpret them like a longevity expert. Now that you've taken the test, it's time to understand what your body just told you. Every movement, every point of support you needed, whether it was your hand, knee, or even a moment of hesitation, tells a story. This isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. Researchers who developed the sit-to-stand test discovered that people who scored lower, meaning they needed more support to rise, had a significantly higher risk of mortality within 6 years compared to those who stood up without help. That may sound alarming, but here's the empowering part. Your score is not your destiny. It's a signal, not a sentence. If you used no hands or knees and felt stable, that's a strong indicator of preserved muscle strength, balance, and joint health, traits usually seen in people far younger biologically than their actual age. But if you needed support or felt unsteady, don't panic. It simply means your body is asking for attention, not that it's failing. These signs often point to areas you can improve with focused movement, nutrition, and habit changes. Understanding. Your score gives you the power to take action. Weakness in the legs might mean underused muscles or poor circulation. Difficulty balancing might signal an issue with your inner ear, core strength, or even vision. These aren't random inconveniences, they are early warning systems built into your body. And when you learn to read them, you don't just extend your life, you enhance it. So instead of ignoring discomfort or pushing through stiffness, begin to see these signals as invitations. Your body is offering you a chance to change its future. And in the next chapter, we'll show you exactly how age gets reversed, not in theory, but through motion, habit, and one powerful mindset shift. If aging had a secret weapon, it wouldn't be a cream or a pill. It would be movement. Not intense workouts or extreme routines, but consistent, intentional movement that speaks directly to your muscles, joints, and nervous system. The human body was never meant to be still. And when we stop moving, we start aging. Not just externally, but deep inside ourselves. The sit-to-stand test you took earlier isn't just a test, it's a metaphor. It reveals how fluid, responsive, and resilient your body is. And the good news? Movement can bring those qualities back even after decades of neglect. Every time you bend, stretch, rotate, or stabilize, your brain lights up, your circulation improves, and your joints get lubricated naturally. This doesn't just make you feel better. It physically slows the aging process. Studies have shown that regular functional movement can reduce inflammation, improve balance, restore muscle mass, and even reverse early signs of cognitive decline. Your muscles are your engine of youth, and every time you activate them, you signal to your body, I'm still here, I'm still capable. But the key is starting where you are. You don't need a gym, you need consistency. A few minutes a day of focused movement, sit-to-stand repetitions, ankle mobility drills, gentle yoga poses, or even slow walking with intention can create a ripple effect. Because movement is not just physical, it's psychological. It tells your brain that you are alive, engaged, and adapting, that you are not stuck in time but still evolving. Now that you understand why motion matters, let's go deeper. In the next chapter, we'll explore the silent saboteurs that speed up biological aging, hidden habits and modern traps that can add years to your body, even as your calendar turns only one page. You may be doing everything right, eating well, staying active, even sleeping enough, yet still feel older than you should. That's because aging isn't just shaped by the obvious. Often it's the hidden habits, the ones we repeat without thinking, that quietly accelerate the aging process. These are the invisible forces that stiffen your joints, fog your memory, and drain your energy, even when you're trying to stay healthy. One of the biggest culprits? Prolonged sitting. Modern life rewards stillness, watching TV, scrolling through phones, sitting in traffic, but the body interprets that stillness as decay. When you sit for hours without movement, your hips tighten, your metabolism slows, and blood flow to your brain is reduced. Over time, your body adapts to this unnatural stillness by becoming less capable of motion. Another hidden habit, shallow breathing. Most adults breathe from the chest instead of the diaphragm, especially when under stress. This creates a subtle state of tension in the body that raises cortisol levels and weakens the immune response. Over the years, this can influence everything, from bone density to heart function. Then there's the overlooked role of hydration. Dehydration, even at mild levels, can reduce joint mobility, impair focus, and make your skin look years older. Many older adults stop drinking enough water to avoid frequent bathroom trips, unknowingly speeding up biological aging from the inside out. These habits don't scream for attention, but they quietly shift the way your body operates day after day. The good news? They're reversible. And in the next chapter, we'll introduce micro-adjustments, tiny daily changes that require almost no effort, but deliver remarkable results in restoring vitality, balance, and a youthful sense of movement. The path to reversing biological age doesn't require radical change. In fact, the most powerful transformations often come from the smallest shifts, what we call micro-adjustments. These are the daily actions so subtle they might seem insignificant. But when done consistently, they retrain the body to function like it did decades ago. They work with your biology, not against it. And the best part? You can start them today right where you are. Let's start with your posture. One small adjustment, lengthening your spine while sitting or walking, instantly opens the lungs, improves circulation, and supports the nervous system. It tells your brain that the body is safe and stable, which reduces stress hormones and improves energy levels. Next, hydration. Instead of waiting until you're thirsty, sip water throughout the day. Even a few extra ounces per hour can rehydrate. Joints improve cognitive sharpness and support detoxification. Then movement snacks. Rather than one long workout, try breaking movement into short bursts. Stand up and do 5 slow squats before each meal. Rotate your ankles during commercials. Stretch your arms overhead while waiting for coffee to brew. These micro movements keep joints lubricated and blood flowing, and they're surprisingly effective at reversing stiffness. Sleep is another underestimated tool. A consistent bedtime, even 30 minutes earlier, gives your body time to repair tissues and balance hormones that govern aging. And finally, breath. Practicing just 2 minutes of slow, deep belly breathing each morning lowers inflammation and centers the nervous system for the day ahead. These aren't dramatic changes, but they speak your body's language. They're easy to adopt, yet powerful enough to rebuild resilience over time. And in the final chapter, we'll show how to combine everything you've learned into a personal longevity ritual, your own daily reset that keeps your biological age moving backward. You now know your biological age isn't fixed. It bends and shifts with every choice you make. But information alone doesn't create change. Ritual does. A ritual is more than a routine. It's an intentional moment in your day when you send a signal to your body. I'm not fading. I'm rebuilding. This is how we anchor transformation. Start simple. Begin each morning with movement, just 5 minutes. You don't need intensity. You need presence. A few rounds of the sit-to-stand exercise, a slow forward bend, a short walk while focusing on your breath. These actions tell your muscles and joints, stay awake, stay strong. Right after, hydrate. Drink a full glass of water, not just to quench thirst, but to signal your cells that recovery is active. Next, take 2 minutes to breathe deeply, slow, from the belly. This resets your stress response before the day begins. And as the day moves forward, build in pauses, moments where you simply stretch, smile, breathe, or move your spine. These micro-pauses preserve energy and prevent your body from slipping into patterns of decline. At night, unplug gently. Turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Let your mind descend into stillness so your body can repair in deep sleep. This cycle, movement, breath, hydration, rest, becomes your longevity loop. Not a task list, but a ritual of renewal. Remember that number you had in mind when we started. How old you feel. Revisit it now. Has it changed? Because your body has already begun to respond. It always does when you listen. This test, this journey, this ritual, it's not about turning back time. It's about honoring your life by living it fully, with energy that defies the calendar.